Hey guys, it's your boy Doc Williams, and today I'm going to be showing you how you could get started creating your very own social media management agency. We're going to go through all the steps for you to succeed. Step number one, think about what you're great at and how you can offer that to an influencer to get started. Now, if you're confused of where to look, number one, think about your skills and write them down. We have this in our program, how you break this down in a Venn diagram. Think about the skills that you possess right now. And that could be if you're a photographer, if you're an artist, but also think about transferable skills. If you feel like, well, I don't even know where to begin. If you've done anything with hospitality or you've done anything where you're working with people, you might be great when you're answering questions for the brand or following up with emails. So there's a lot of transferable things that you could be doing as well. And just write it down, whatever you're proud about, whatever you're thinking, and really what excites you, put that down in this section. And you can put it down on a piece of paper or put it in the comment section down below. Now, there might be a time where you're thinking to yourself, well, I don't think I have any skills. I don't even know where to begin. Well, write down what excites you about working in social media. Is it because it's a brand new platform, or you're really excited about TikTok, YouTube, or something like that, and you just want to get into the industry or get into using the platform? Put that down as well. And that still counts, because when you're approaching different influencers, when you're talking to brands, if you're enthusiastic, that's still going to show, and they're going to possibly take a flyer on you as you're just figuring this out. Number two, find a platform that you really like. This is important because if you like a certain platform, you're going to already be consuming the content. So you're going to be able to offer your services for an influencer or a brand on a platform that you already like using, and you're going to be spending a lot more time. For example, Twitter is very different than TikTok. TikTok is very different than Quora, and the list goes on and on. Now, if you might say but Quora, or it'd be Quora or Reddit, something like that. Pick a platform where it's going to be some kind of social media and you're going to be able to help them out. What platform do you like? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, the question might come up, should I just stick to one platform, or should I be using a lot of different platforms, or be pitching my services where you're going to be an expert on a lot of platforms? For the most part, you want to stick with one that you're passionate about. And the only caveat I would say is if your expertise is like automation, and your expertise is going to be tying all of these different platforms together or promoting them, then I could see something like that. For example, if you're using something like repurpose.io, where you're talking about redistributing their content, from YouTube or TikTok, and now you're going to be able to broadcast it on multiple platforms at once, then I could see you promoting, all of the platforms. But for the vast majority, stick with one, get really good at that, and then be able to rinse and repeat, and then add another platform for your toolkit when you're pitching for your social media management company. Next up, write down 1 to 3 categories that you want to focus on to find brands and influencers. This is really important because if you just focus on, well, I just want to pick anyone in social media, it's too hard to try to find ones that are a great fit. It's like just finding a needle in a haystack. If you're excited about fitness or hot yoga or CrossFit, something where you can really niche down, that's better, because then you can start looking at who dominates that niche and look at what success looks like in that niche, and then go from there. And it can be anything. It can be arts and crafts. It can be about crypto. It can be about crocheting. Just focus on a niche and then write that down. And I would find 1 to 3 different categories so you can start looking at the differences, but maybe there might be a platform, or there might be a category that really speaks to you, one or the other. So that way you can go through the steps. Once you find the 3 categories, it's important to find 10 to 25 influencers in each of those categories. This is really important because you're not going to be able, or it's very unlikely that if you just contact one person, you're going to get that client the first time. It might happen. Hey, that would be awesome. If that happens to you, put it in the comment section down below. But for the most part, it's going to be a numbers game. You're going to have to contact a lot of people at first to definitely get that traction. So after you get the 1 to 3 categories, you're going to go for 10 to 25 people. You're going to write down their handle or their brand and just keep track of it. You're not going to just do this haphazardly and just say, well, they've got 100,000 followers, I should talk to them, or they're a celebrity, I need to go and, be part of their brand and who they are. Write down why you would contact them. Again, we just talked about your strengths a second ago. Where should you focus? If you're looking at a certain influencer or brand, and then you look at your transferable skills or your past experiences, align why you should be with them. Why would it be a good fit for you and for them to move forward? If you're looking at an influencer that perhaps is just really popular, but you notice that they don't comment back to a lot of people, maybe they're too overwhelmed or they're not good at interacting with people, you could offer your services of managing the comments or doing something like that for them. Or maybe you see an influencer that loves working out, but you're not even seeing that they have any affiliate links or anything like that. You could contact them and just let them know about the opportunities, and you could be setting up all of their affiliate links for them to get started, right? So think about who they are and write down why you would want to contact them, not just writing down, oh, I think this is an awesome brand. You're like, hey, we should work together. Because when you get to the point of reaching out to them, you need to make sure that it makes sense for both parties to work together. Which brings us to the next part of, once you identify all of these different influencers and brands you want to work with, what should you say in the DMs? You should not just go in there and be like, hey, love your work, we should work together. Now, people like flattery, that's great, but you need to have an outline, a very short message, not a novel, to explain what you're doing and then make sure that they can say yes or no. So what would it look like? We're going to make it super, super simple. It's going to be 2 sentences. You're going to say, hey, the person's name. So you can say, hey, I don't know why Janice came into my head, but hey, Janice, I was thinking about you because of Y. I have a solution that would help you solve X. So you're explaining how you know the person, Janice or whoever it is. You can talk about how you know the person, or you notice what they're doing and what you're trying to accomplish. And then you're offering them a solution. And at the end, you're saying, would you be interested? And the reason you're saying, would you be interested, not would you like, to buy something from me or my consulting package or my services, you're just seeing if they're interested, and it's very easy for them to say yes or no. Now, we just reviewed what you should say in a DM when you're talking to people, but what should you expect when an influencer actually talks to you? Now, at the end of it, remember we said, like, are you interested? If they say yes, now you can go on and give them more information, or you could say, hey, I would love to jump on a call for 10 minutes. For the most part, what I've found is a lot of people don't want to jump on a call, and a lot of people are busy. So I already have something ready where I can give them an example of what it would look like as the next step. Then it will make them, decide yes or no. The other thing, if it's possible and you're already proficient at video, send them a video, 90 seconds, 2 minutes of what you can do. And if you feel like I can't do a montage, I can't do all these things, use something like Dub, where you just send a personalized message, and now they know that you're not just blanketing everything. You're taking the time to talk to them one at a time. That really makes a difference. If you have never seen Dub, I'll bring it up in a second. It's dub.com. And what it does is allows you to create sales videos and really personal. So people see that you're a real person, and you care about them. And this has been a really good tool for us to convert, because they see that we care and we're putting the effort in every single client that we pursue. Now, after the person says yes, or after you're sending them the video and you've shown what you could possibly do or propose, it's really important that you already have a sample ready or something that will allow you to show them that you're up to the task. You don't want to just say, hey, you know what, I can create some great reels for you, IG reels, or some great thumbnails, and then, you know, they say yes, and then you're slow, or they don't know the quality of your work, or it's just a mismatch. So if you have a sample, you're going to be sending that to them, and it aligns exactly to solve their pain point. Exactly. So if you're saying you're going to do something with converting their videos to podcasting, don't start showing them thumbnails. Or if you're saying you're going to do something with long form video, then you're just showing YouTube shorts or sizzle reels for IG reels or something like that, right? You're showing exactly what you're going to be delivering for them. The next point, we've already said it before, but I really want you to really think about this. Don't expect a message back. Just don't expect it. A lot of people are busy, or they're getting tons of DMs, and they're just not going to be messaging you back for the first time. So it's important to, again, play the numbers game, and you're going to be working on getting your first couple of clients and then going from there. On average, if you're going to be messaging, maybe if you're going to be messaging 75, you might get 1 or 2 responses back. It's saying yes or no, and then you're going to be able to continue the conversation. And for that, you're going to go down to see who would be the best fit for you. So if we're looking at some kind of conversion rate when you're getting started, think about 1 in 100, something like that. Now, I will say, and this is a thing that I really want you to focus on, if you go for micro influencers, ones that are under 10,000, or you're going to go for a smaller influencer where it's 10K to 25K, you have a lot better chance to reach them and them saying yes, because they're on the come up for the most part. If you're thinking about ones that have 50,000, 100,000, $1 million, whatever, you're just going to be drowned out, especially if you do not have a warm intro or someone that is going to do that. Yeah, a warm intro or just introduce you. Like it's just, the chances are so low. If you start with ones at 10K or around that, now you could be getting somewhere and you could really make a connection and have a conversation. You could go with influencers less than 10K. The problem with that is they might not be thinking about this to scale yet. And so they might not be as serious or be able to have the willingness or the ability to pay. That's why the 10K to 25K, that's the sweet spot when you're reaching out for your services. Next point, your main focus should be just think about getting one client, not having 10 to 25 for your agency. Think about having one client and delivering on your service and promise. One, because once you get one client that loves you and is satisfied, then you can scale up from there. After you have that one client and you deliver on your promises, you ask them for a testimonial. Hey, if this was great, would you mind doing a video testimonial about this? And that's really good, because then video testimonials are so good because people see how genuine they are, they see their enthusiasm, and it's more than words on a page. It just is so much more, and you can repurpose that testimonial in written form, audio, video, all those things. So I really push for getting a testimonial that they record on their phone, and you just give them something where, hey, could you send a 60-second testimonial of what you thought about my service? And you even can give them a script of saying, just say one thing that really impressed you or something that you enjoyed or why it made it easier for you as an influencer or as a brand, something like that. Once you have that testimonial, you can also ask that same influencer or brand that you're working with if they have any other friends or other brands that that they would like to introduce you to. If you did a great job and they've already made the testimonial for you, the next step, if it's a good fit, they might now do a warm intro to other influencers, usually in the same niche or something that is close to it. Now you can rinse and repeat the same process. Now, because you have a warm lead, now they might already introduce you and tell the other influencer why they should hire you already. Hey, you make great reels, you do great with just the tech side, whatever it is, but now you're ready to go and scale your agency. The last part is some people might think, should I just stay with one thing? I'd say get really good at one service, such as maybe you're planning out all of their posts. So you're batching all of their posts so they don't have to do it manually. You're doing it automatically. Or if you're focusing on Twitter, you're working on Twitter growth or something like that for them and you're using a tool. Focus on one service and then be able to scale what you're doing. And that's going to help you out a lot. It will allow you to stand out and people will know you for one kind of service, and then you'll get your reputation and then go from there. And there you have it. That's how you start your very own social media management agency. In the comment section down below, let me know, have you tried this before? What headaches have you had? And if you want to try this out, let me know in the comment section down below where you're going to start, what platform. If you like these kind of side hustles and these videos, make sure that you like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.